Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to RAF Akrotiri on the beautiful island of Cyprus, a place I love very much and I'm looking forward to going back to later in the year for some sun, vitamin D, sand, cool clear waters and ice cold beer with the condensation running down the outside of the glass, glinting in the evening sunlight. There's the thought. Anyway, back to the video. So yes, as is becoming a regular feature on the channel now, we're off to do another Hems mission. I like to do them different places around the world. We were last in Norway, where we were doing a mission up into the mountains there. And I thought, let's go somewhere a bit warmer, a bit sunnier, and where better to visit than RAF Akrotiri. So we're going to be using the gorgeous high performance group H145. Here's Duxford, our squadron mascot. You see, he eats better than we do. Look at that. He's got a constant supply of water and food as he's basking in the, well, he's in the shade, let's face it. He's a sensible kind of dog. Very valid crew member. But just look at that helicopter. I do love the H145 every time I use it. I've never been a really much of a helicopter flyer in Sims before, but this has got me hooked, and there's so much you can do with it with the action expansion pack, and it's just a huge amount of fun. So we're going to be taking off from RAF Akrotiri, running a mission up into the Troodos Mountains to a car crash, taking the Casualty to hospital, and then after that we'll head back down to the coast and just see how the beaches are looking in the evening. This is a absolutely cracking repaint by Panther Repaints. It's an 84 Squadron tribute actually to the Griffon that was being flown from here. The Griffon has actually now been replaced by the Puma, I believe. But this repaint just looks fantastic on the H145. It just seems to go really well. And recently I did a little thing on the channel community on YouTube where I asked, you know, which was your favourite repaint from videos that I've had on here, and for the H145, and this was the winner, and it does look absolutely fantastic. I love the detail of the Hems interior, all the machines that go beep and ping and all that sort of stuff. That's the extent of my medical knowledge. I'm just the pilot. I just get us there, and yeah, it's all about saving lives. So with huge respect to the guys and girls that do this for real, we will now go ahead and have a nice light-hearted little flight and pretend to save a life. Let's get going. Right, well, me and the lads are loaded up now, aren't we? We all looking forward to this? Yeah. Yeah, cool. Good stuff, good stuff. Still not saying much, are you, mate? No. Okay, let's not have any havering on the ground now. We just need to get going. So, you know the drill now. If I go into the maps and missions, we have a mission set up that I've done in the scenario planner, and that's where this is getting the information from. So, let's just get that sorted out there. Let's fire up. So let's first of all get the position, the anti-collisions. We're going to get the strobe on as well, right from the get-go. Just give that another tickle. Yeah, that worked the first time, but just to be sure. Prime pump on. Everything else is looking okay for the moment. Okay. Check down here. Power up test okay. That's good. We will put that on for the time being, but we're not going to be using the Garmin's today, apart from to turn the terrain system off. Just have a quick check while we're doing that. Payload, we'll adjust to, let's call it 400. Quick check here. Yeah, all our voltages are looking fine. Engine number 1 is now in idle. Everything's looking fine. Let's go for engine number 2. Engine 2 looking good. We're now into idle as well, and we had the startup test OK message, so that's fine. So now we can pop back up to the top here. We can transfer pumps on, prime pumps off, standby battery on, avionics on, DC on for the chaps in the back so they can plug their bits and pieces in. Let's have pitot heat on, and let's have LAVCS to pilot. Not going to worry about anything else at the moment, apart from I am going to put the landing light on, and instrument we will, yeah, I'm going to leave that there for the moment. Okay, right, so what have we got in the way of warning lights? Let's have everything on here. Let's have you on there. As I say, we're not going to be using it. I think I've got multiplayer on.
TARS, system
so
test
I'll need
okay.
to watch out for that. Terrain, let's just inhibit that now, because we're going to the mountains. And actually, while I think about it, where have you gone? I know you're up here somewhere. Let's do you as well, because we're going to be going towards the bumpy bits, and they'll be pinging off all the time. Right, everything else is good. Happy with that. Let's now go into flight mode. Keep an eye on our T's and P's and everything. Everything's still looking nice. That's all good. Okay. Just make a few changes there. Okay, well, I remember I'm going to put that into hover mode because that's quite handy to have. And everything is good. There we go. Put our high terrain and all that stuff on there so we can see if there's anything bumpy. Right, so this is the new version. This is build 406 of version 2. I had a quick find it last night, and it felt great, so hopefully... Oh, yes, I've got multiplayer on. Good old RAF Airbus taking off there. Always good to see. Right, let's just get the head tracking working, and let's go. Must remember to put the trim release on. Check there's nothing coming. We are in an emergency, so we're not going to hang about. He's gone. Let's have a quick look and make sure there's no one else taking off, because I don't want to ruin their flight. If I'm stupid enough to put it on multiplayer in the video, then I'm going to have to pay the price. Right, let's go, go, go. Careful we don't go over the limits. Okay, everything's looking good. Are we all happy, chaps? Yep, good stuff. Right, we're on our way. I do love Cyprus. One of the wonderful things about this sim is that even this simulated world, I can kind of almost feel like I'm there. I know that sounds crazy, but I can almost smell it. The warm air.
Obstacle ahead. Obstacle ahead. Obstacle ahead. Pull up. Obstacle.
Good night. So we've got Limassol over there. Let's keep the beans on. There's a little bit of a wind. You can see the waves getting whipped up a little bit there, but nothing that causes any real issues taking off there at Akrotiri. Troodos Mountains. Not done it myself, but I've heard it many a time said that you can go skiing in the mountains and then you can go and sit on the beach in the winter because it's cold enough up there to ski and pleasant enough down there to sit on the beach. What a wonderful place. So what we've got up ahead is a simulated road accident. We've got one casualty. We're going to sling him in the back in a very orderly medical fashion, and then we're going to take him to the hospital. And then there'll be tea and medals and beers all round, of course. So while we're on the way, good opportunity to say we have a Discord. We even have a special section just for helicopters because although this channel really kind of started off to be all about warbirds, I've gone into the helicopter thing, as I said at the beginning, and I know there's quite a few of you out there that love a bit of rotary as well. So do come along, say hello, join up. We do have group flights from time to time. You can also post screenshots and just talk to fellow propeller heads, warbird nuts, and people that love helicopters. There's also some extremely clever people there who know a lot about flight sim, so it's also a good place to ask any questions you might have. I'm thick as two short planks, I can't answer them, but there are some clever people there that can. So here we are, just coming up into the higher terrain now, just coming up, I guess, into the foothills, and we can see that our casualty is really just going to be over this ridge here by the looks of it. I am just going to bring us round, just so that we're more flying up the valley rather than popping over the top, purely so that we can have a look at this rather wonderful dam that I'm hoping is going to be in the sim. I'm sure our practice casualty can wait. Yeah, it's kind of there. That's kind of dam-esque, isn't it? There you go. Right, so we need to be going up here now, up this valley. Do love this helicopter, it's absolutely fantastic in VR as well. I obviously make the videos using head tracking. Grass Monkey King Puck is the system that I use, but VR is just amazing, and actually a lot easier to fly because your awareness of everything around you is just so much better, your situational awareness. Now, where is our Casualty? There it is. I can see the lights. That's good. We got the police blocking it off. I can see the accident there, so let's come down. Could have made this a bit easier for myself by starting off a descent a lot earlier rather than coming in over the top and doing a descent from above, which is a little bit silly. Because straight away I can see absolutely bugger all. So let's just back her up a bit. It's funny how I do that quite a lot, and quite often, especially when I'm making videos, because I'm too busy yakking, that I forget to do a proper approach. But anyway, there we go. That's where we want to be. There we go. Down we are. Right, engines to idle. And let's let our man do his thing. And as you can see, as he is moving across the way, he changes instantly into his special high-vis orange jumpsuit. Very important. Let's go and have a look at what's going on over here then. So we have a specially imported ambulance from the UK. That's just one of those things. Unfortunately, we haven't got one specific to Cyprus. There's our poor fella on the ground, waiting to be rescued. Very unconcerned medic kind of hanging over him. There we go. That's it. You go at your own pace, mate. This does look a bit smash and go, doesn't it? So we've got our firefighter there. He's obviously put the fire out because that looks like it was pretty bad. And here he comes, coming back, racing back to the helicopter. That's it. Don't worry about the bumpy ground. It'll do him good. Keep him awake. Pop him in the back. Right, let's stop larking around with the cameras and the drones and everything, and let's do the pilot thing. Right, so quick look around. Are we happy with everything? Everything is still looking fine. Yep. Wait for our friend to get in. Come on then, fella. That's it. Change back into your green. Come on. Royal Air Force. Wonderful. There he is. Thank you. Okay, let's go back into flight mode. Put our locks on there. Right, so we're going to the hospital now. Now I do know from a quick recce that I did that this is not going to be an easy one for me. It might be an easy one for you, but this particular hospital, the helicopter landing pad in the sim is in the middle of some trees. Right, all clear. Let's get some height. Let's gently spin around. And let's get going. How high is that? We'll go over here. Go to the right of that hill. And let's get some speed. Let's not overcook it. Beautiful. Don't worry lads, we'll be in time for the bar. Get some height. So yes, just pre-warning you, this is going to be a tricky landing, and I'm going to have to remember to shut up and stop waffling as we get closer, so I can actually plan to do half a decent approach, because it's going to be a tricky one for me, I think. Climbing. You see what I mean now? You see why I turned the TAWS off, because otherwise it would have been squawking at us all the time. Isn't that just beautiful? So there's Akrotiri over there on that spur. Then we've got Limassol. We might even be able to get to Iron Apple, lads. You never know. Right, so from memory, I don't want to be, kind of want to come more from the east. Oh, that was interesting, we picked up a bit of turbulence over that hill. I am liking this new flight model, I have to say. It keeps you on your toes, but it is good fun. And it feels nice as well, it feels quite fluid. Okay, I can see the smoke over there. I must admit, I normally try and have that off, because I don't think most hospitals would let off a smoke flare. It's really handy though, you know, if you were flying this mission and you hadn't built it yourself and you didn't necessarily know where the hospital is, then it definitely helps you to find it, so I do understand that. And hopefully it's not going to obscure the view too much from where we're going. Right, let's start thinking about this. See if I can spot that smoke. Looks like it's in the wrong position from what I remember, but maybe I'm just getting my
500.
maybe I've disorientated myself a little bit. Let's see what we can see. That's definitely the hospital. Ah, okay, I know what's going on. Right. So let's come over here. Nice and gentle. Yeah, there we go. I can see the hospital now. Hospital. Ambulance waiting for us to come in. So let's hope that that smoke isn't going to obscure what is already a tight spot. As you can see, it's pretty much in the trees. I'll tell you what I am going to do. Let's just close you. get some better visibility. It's funny seeing this now. I am thinking to myself, why on earth didn't I shift the landing spot a bit, so rather than being accurate and trying to land on the helipad, I actually had somewhere that I could get the helicopter into. Come on, let's bring it over a little bit. God, that is tight. Chap in the back getting rocked around a bit here. Come on, get control. Get control. It's amazing how disorientating it is when you can't actually see a great deal. Okay. Well, that was thumping it down. Let's have a quick look. Well, we were just about to start pruning some trees there, but we did make it. Right. Let's get our friend out. Now this is interesting. We appear to be... Oh no, we've stopped now. Thought we were sliding for a minute then. Don't take him in the bushes, mate. Oh dear. So we are leaving the Casualty in the bushes, and the ambulance crew, who are just over here somewhere, fellas, you're going to have to come and get him from the bushes, okay? Don't worry, it's a safety measure that we use. It's a protocol that we have in place. Always put the Casualty in the bushes. It's much safer. There we go. Load him back in. Well, I think that's another professional job there. Casualty delivered to the bushes. Thank you, my friend. Right, so we will now submit the report. We've done our mission, and that's it. So now it's just playtime. So we're going to do a quick flight down to the beach, and then we'll grab a beer, and everything will be good. So yeah, I think, I mean, really, it's funny actually. Let's just have a look at something. So when you go into an outside view and you look at that space, it seems to be absolutely huge. You know, I've planted the helicopter down right on the edge of that clear zone. But when you're actually in the helicopter itself, you can see how much smaller that seems. And I guess it's just the zoom setting, the depth of view. But certainly, when you're in the helicopter, it doesn't look like you've got anything like that kind of space. Right, everything looking good down here. Yeah. Let's go. Right, let's anticipate not going into the trees, huh? Let's get some lift. Let's get out of the tree line. And let's get out of here. I think that's it's one of the things that I do love about having these Hems missions, is it does mean that it challenges you to you know, to sometimes land in some tricky spots, and it pushes your skills, and it's kind of a good way to learn. I mean, I am a helicopter rookie. I'm not going to try and make out that I'm some kind of any kind of expert here, which you've probably gathered already. But yeah, it's a great way to learn. And one of the cool features that they have now also is you can actually, as you're flying, you can go into the, well, I'll show you, I won't actually do it, but I was having a look at this yesterday when I was doing some testing. Wrong one. There we go. Will you get the right one, you idiot? So we'll come out of that. Where is it? You can do these: rescue nearby farmyard accident, nearby golf course, nearby mountain, nearby road accident, and it will literally, wherever you are on the map, you can configure a quick mission, and it's great for practicing and just for having a bit of fun and just giving some purpose to your flying and what you're actually doing. I love that. So just coming over Colossi, Episcopi over there. What I want to try and do is get to Pizori Bay if it's not too far. Pizori Bay is a nice little village that I found by accident on one trip I did over here, and had a rather pleasant lunch down by the beach. It just looked gorgeous. Whenever I fly here, I kind of think I should fly here more, but I tend to think that about a lot of places. When I did the helicopter mission over in Norway, had exactly the same feeling. Bomb down the beach a little bit. A few gusts there. A little bit of that weird kind of mesh popping over on the cliffs there. Can't beat a bit of mesh popping, I always say. Oh, hello. What's that? Is that a boat, or am I just going to be disappointed and find it's, yeah, it's a load of trees? Just realised I'm not seeing much in the way of watercraft. If I've inadvertently switched that off. Ooh, that's a nice beach. Look at that. That's very nice. Settle down there with a few cool beers. So, let me know which is your favourite helicopter at the moment. Be interested to know. There's so many now. that have come out. I bought the Alouette recently, which I haven't flown a great deal, but I am going to have a look at that, and that's very much an old school helicopter. It's the weird thing about helicopters for me is that I'm really not into glass cockpit fixed wing at all. But with helicopters, it almost seems to be the opposite. I love this helicopter, as I think you probably already gathered. I love the technology in it. I love using the technology for the mission, as it were. But also, it's just, I don't know, I love it. Whereas the old school helicopters, not so much into. But yeah, when it comes to fixed wing, I'd far rather be in an oily old Spitfire with some steam gauges rather than any kind of glass cockpit. Right, so we're not a million miles away from Pisori Bay now. Beautiful scenery, isn't it? Yeah, I must check my ship settings, because I would have expected to see a few ships out here, but I'm not seeing anything. So, just rounding the little bit here, and then we should see Pisori Bay. Now, in real life, there's obviously a lot more in the way of buildings in Pisori Bay, so to be honest, it's not particularly accurate. But hopefully, you can imagine. If you imagine a nice little restaurant just on the frontier, sun going down, and the beach here. That's where we're going to go. Park up here where its beach is a bit wider. We don't want to go blowing everyone's calamari off their plates, do we? Respectful at all times, eh lads? There we go. Fantastic. Right. Let's bring everything down. So, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that flight. It was short and sweet, but it's always good fun to do these little missions and do a bit of Hems work and keep practicing our skills. Hey, what do you think? Look, we're going to go and get a beer now. Just be a little bit more cheerful, alright? See, the lads in the back are alright. It's just you. You've never seemed to be able to make you happy. Anyway, great to have you on board. If you enjoyed the video, there's quite a few of these now on the channel, and there'll certainly be more in the future, so please do consider subscribing, and I look forward to seeing you here again soon. Take care now. Bye bye.